You're very much welcome to Matters Arising again this Tuesday afternoon on BCOS television in Ibadan. And this is how we do it every Tuesday on this station. Yes, Matters Arising. Yes, we treat issues, contemporary issues across the country, and how it affects the people. And of course, today's topic will be the Rivers Unending political imbroglio. That is the matter that is arising, yes, this week. We all know what has been happening in Rivers State in a long time. There have been overtures from different angles, different government parastatals, different government covers to ensure that this imbroglio, ends. But well, we were seeing a dim light at the end of the tunnel when again the light just went off. And now we are talking about the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike. I will call him the Grand Master Planner, yes, in Rivers State, and even in the party. We don't really know which party he belongs to now. He is in the PDP working for the APC. We don't know whether he's still in the PDP and still working for the APC. We don't know whether he has crossed to the APC. We don't know. And his godson, that is talking about the governor of Rivers State, who was suspended, yes, then for about 6 months, Fubara, Siminelai Fubara, yes, he went on a kind of suspension. They call it emergency rule. It was imposed on Rivers State, so it was out, and a sole administrator was imposed on the state, Rivers State. We thought everything would have ended. There are some conditions given to Fubara when the 6 months emergency rule ended. Well, I think he abided by those rules. At the end of the day, he crossed to the APC, and now we are hearing of his impeachment. Yes, that is, he might be impeached. We don't really know what is happening in Rivers State, who is really governing Rivers State. But, well, everybody knows. We all know what is on ground. That is on the periphery. But what is underneath, we do not know. Some people might know. Like now, the unending political imbroglio today, that is what we are talking about. And I have two analysts, like you always, you know, that will bring analysts that will not just delve into the issue. I have Honorable Tallest Innocent. He's a political analyst. He's here in the house. Honorable Tallest, you're welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Bright Richard is a public affairs analyst. Mr. Bright.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes. Now, let's go straight to the points now. But briefly, before that, let me just quickly go through this. And the imbroglio revolves around the impeachment threats now that we are hearing of now, around the impeachment threat against Governor Siminelai Fubara, with allegations of gross misconduct, including extra budgetary spending and refusal to present the 2026 budget. And the renewed political imbroglio is rooted in a power struggle between Fubara and his predecessor, Wike, now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And the key issues here, the Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Speaker Martin Amawule, has initiated impeachment proceedings against Fubara and his deputy Ngozi. And the feud between Fubara and Wike escalated with accusations of broken agreements and power. Yes, that. I think there was an agreement. I believe there was an agreement that he should not disclose the amount of money left in the coffers of the Rivers State government by the sole administrator when he left. Fubara later went ahead and disclosed it. I think about within 600 billion and 700 billion naira. And I think it did not go down well with Wike. That is what I believe. well, I don't know the opinions of my guests here, but they will just shed more light on this. And now, if he defected, just shortly, they are accusing him of gross misconduct. And well, Fubara's defection to the All Progressives Congress, well, it was alleged to have added fuel to the crisis, and President Bola Tinubu intervened, and he declared a state of emergency. Yes, that was in 2024, like I said earlier, and he's trying to, wade into the matter now. He invited Wike for a meeting. I think they said the meeting will not hold even in Nigeria. I think France also, one country. I don't know why a meeting to resolve issues will be taken out of the country instead of resolving the matter in Nigeria. Now, Honorable Tallest, let me just ask you to kick off things now. What is your assessment of the current political situation, political climate in Rivers State?
Well, as you can see, every day is, the headline reads Wike Fubara, Rivers State. And I think it's hard time Nigerians should look for more important things to discuss other than Wike Fubara. We have more important issues to discuss. The president is the father of these two. He should be able to handle this matter and let it rest. They should stop disturbing the country or the headlines every day for about a week. What is going on? What are they? To me, I believe, from my own perspective, I believe this is just, Wike has said it, he wants to teach him a lesson. At the expense of the people, the development of a River State. So they should find another thing to tell us. Or better still, resolve this issue on their own way. If you look at the way it's going, okay, this issue came out again, the president has all time to invite them outside the country. But we have some pressing matter in this country that needed the president. Whatever they are doing today is a personal thing. And I want to talk to the Rivers indigenes and the people of Rivers State. They should be able to identify who is for them and who is against them. Whatever they are doing today is for their personal ego, not for the state. You impeach
their self-interest.
Yes, you impeach Fubara today. What is of what gain to the River State? You don't impeach him of what gain? So they should be able to resolve this issue or just let it go. And I want to still advise the press. They should limit this issue of publicizing their matter. They should just let it be. We should look for more important things to talk. There's a bomb blast we agreed America threw the bomb in Nigeria during December. President have not made a speech on that. But Wike Fubara, he called them, they went out again for a meeting. Those ones are they more important than the national issue? So we should be able to, there's some more important things for us to discuss in Nigeria other than Wike Fubara every day. They should be able to tell us another thing. So that is what I feel for now.
That has been an opinion too, most times. Because once I join my program, my early morning program, me and my colleague, if I see anything Fubara, Wike in the papers, I'll just tell him, look, let's just leave this aside. But, we don't have a choice. We have to at least talk about it. Now, Mr. Bright, that political conflict that is ongoing now between Governor Fubara and his predecessor, that is Nyesom Wike, it seems to have evolved beyond personal differences. And how do you see this field impacting the governance? Like he said, it is affecting the people, and it is affecting Nigerians too. Yes, the governance and development of Rivers State in the short and long term.
Well, looking at what is going on, one of the most discussed topic in Nigeria is always politics. I have happened to discuss economic issues, discuss business issues, and when you throw it at the table, you won't discuss, even the common man in the street, they will respond little or respond less. But political issues always take the top stage. Yeah, looking at River State, when it comes to political structure and setting, it plays a very important role in Nigeria politics. One, if you look at the population, they have the population in terms of votes. Then also they have the resources in a way to support election or whoever they are supporting. And that is why it has always been, it never started with Wike and Fubara. It has always been the sitting governor versus the predecessor. At the time of, I think, Amechi, Odili. Odili had issues. I think he had issues with the previous one. The Amechi had issues with Odili. Then Wike had issues with Amechi. Now, Wike is trying to prevent such from happening to him. And that was why he came up with looking at like a retirement, a post-governorship structure that will empower him, that will make him more relevant or still relevant after his 8 years term as governor. So looking at bringing up Fubara to be his successor, if you look at the structure, the civil service structure, because I think Fubara was a civil servant, if you look at the civil service structure of Fubara, you discover that there was a speedy promotion that took him up to the accountant general before he became the successor to the governor. And on getting there, issues came up. And one of the foundational issues that came up is Fubara disclosed the resources. It started by disclosing that of the IGR. And it created some revelation. When Wike was the governor, the IGR then was less. And now Fubara is now the governor, and what is declared is higher than what his predecessor declared. So he's now casting some aspersion, casting some doubt and issues, creating a lot of issues. And that led to the crisis, the first stage of the crisis, and led to his suspension. But Wike wasn't really satisfied with the suspension because he actually wanted a total removal to bring in his supposed candidate, which he is proposing, allegedly proposing the Speaker of the House. And the president stepped in and the governor was suspended and later reinstalled. Now, what led to this second crisis is from speculation. One of the agreements signed is that Fubara should not defect. It should remain in the PDP. And in a way for Wike to solidify his structure in the APC, if you remember, the speaker, I think about 16 or 15 members of the House of Assembly defected to the APC. Automatically, that made the speaker the head, the leader of the party, or should make him the leader, one of the leaders of the party of the APC. And allegations also were coming up that the Wike is interested or is trying to play politics in the succession or the takeover of Hope Uzodinma in Imo State. And that led to Uzodinma taking Fubara to the APC, automatically making him the leader of the party in the APC. That alone, that movement alone have cancelled the agreement. Because being the leader of the APC, or being the number one or the so-called 001 of the APC, he has the first right of refusal for his second term in office. So which means it's giving the governor the opportunity to dream or become a second term governor, and which is against the agreement they had the first time.
But Fubara, Wike was working for, he is working for the APC and is in PDP. I thought it was the handiwork of Wike. That is what I thought then. It was the handiwork of Wike that Fubara should defect to the APC.
No, Wike is actually working for the president, who is in the APC, and not for APC as a party. He's working for the president, and interestingly, the president is in the APC. So all his move is how to make sure the president win the second term in office. I don't know what he's trying to eye in the second term, whether he wants to become a second term minister as well, or become the president after the president's 8th term. But having Fubara moving over to the APC is going to give Fubara a chance to become a second term governor. And he knows the implication of that, Wike's chance in the second term. So all these put together are what really gear up the crisis for Fubara. And if you look at the back and front we've been having, like what Honorable said, that if you look at the national stage, what interests the average politician is his political interests. There is insecurity in the land, there are crises in the land, there is poverty in the land, there's economic disturbance. Even KPMG came up to fault the tax laws and the likes. But what concerned them most, you can see the speed reaction. Some are saying Fubara had jet out to France to meet the president. Some are saying he's going to Dubai. Even the whereabouts of the president is not even important. And this matter cannot even wait for the president to return back to Nigeria. So politics is a priority to politicians. And that is why they will do everything possible to protect. You talk about the fact of 600 billion. That reminds us when Wike was in power. It's been alleged a lot of politicians, Dino Melaya have once said Wike sponsored him. His governorship ambition. The question is, where is those money coming from? When Fubara was to support the president and also to gather votes, we discovered that period he appointed over about 200,000 special advisors, 3 per ward, where the resources to pay those advisors came from where? So we will now begin to get a picture how our resources in this country is being managed and manipulated by governors, sitting governors. So Wike must have done his calculation. Having a remote as a governor, sorry to use that word to classify, but having something like a remote as a governor, you feel he can just press a particular button and whatever he wants the governor to do, he's going to do it. Where a situation where you cannot appoint an advisor, you cannot appoint commissioners, you need to take permission from somebody who is appearing as a godfather, a position you once criticized, that it will never happen in Rivers State. And here it is happening under your nose, and you are being the one controlling it. All this thing boils down to personal interest, and not just the interest of the state. Politicians, most of them don't care about the people. Even if Fubara is trying to portray himself for the people, give him a second time and let's see the true nature. If he's going to deliver to the people, it's just that Nigerians who are more gullible will queue behind those who perceive to be oppressed. By the time the oppressor becomes the oppressor, tomorrow you see Nigeria moving to another direction.
Yes.
So that's just the case in Rivers State.
Yes, Honorable Innocent, do you think Mr. Fubara, do you think he acted a good boy in this circumstance?
Well, to me, I don't think he did what he's supposed to do, because he has been coming a long way with Wike. I believe by going for that 6 months forced leave, he should be able to pick 1 or 2 things, put his house together. Coming out to be challenging him publicly, he said 1, you say 2. I don't think he's right. He's supposed to be doing that. Because somebody, when you keep him quiet, you can do your work on the ground and allow him speak. He can talk. And there's nothing you say today we will see answer to that. And so I was thinking, after that 6 months, you must have learned some lessons. Keep him quiet. Focus on what you are doing. And at the end of the day, he will understand that this man is not even talking again. But you see, today, Wike will talk, Fubara will reply. Fubara will talk, Wike will reply. It changes what is going on. And don't forget that other people are behind them, pushing them more, yes. Adding more to the injury.
Yes.
And this thing, why I felt bad about all these things, because the people are the ones suffering this. They don't care. They don't care. What they are portraying today is 2027. They don't even care about 26. They don't even know what is going to happen in 26. They will after that power, which is wrong. I was thinking by now, from 25 to 26 should be a period of governance. Fixing what's supposed to be fixed. Not campaigning, looking for who defeated and who will defeat tomorrow. That is one problem we're facing in this country. There's no time for governance. Every time is campaign. Every time is who is defeating, who is not defeating. Like I said before, this thing just happened, is not up to a week.
Yes.
President has called them. They're going out for a meeting. But a lot of things have happened in this country. President has not said a word. He has not. So what are you telling us? They're after that 2027. not about us, not about the masses, not about those people that are still going to deceive, give a Congo of rice to vote for them. And I'm talking to people today. We should be able to sit down and look at this picture. Are these people ready for us or against us? Are they ready for us or for themselves? Go to their houses, the big mansion, nobody's living there. The streets are not tied. There's no gutter, there's no drainage, no education, no medical facilities. A woman have to trek almost maybe like 20 to 30 kilometers, pregnant woman, before we get maybe a little or state facility for maybe want to give birth. It's not supposed to be so. So I'm thinking and I'm praying and I'm urging the Nigerians. We should wake up from this slumber. A Congo of rice is not what it takes for 4 years. The t-shirt they're giving you to wear today is their t-shirt. Their picture is on that t-shirt. The face cap you are wearing for them to campaign and put your chest on the floor and on the outside is for them, not for you. What have we gained? At least by now I was thinking the changing they're telling us they are bringing, we should be having water. We should be having electricity. We should be having good roads, good hospitals. Most governors some are trying. Like what is happening in Oyo State today. We are proud that we live in Oyo State. We are proud. But look at what is happening in a garden city where you know is the heart of, in short, the heart of the economy of this country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What is happening there today? One Fubara, 1 week. Today Fubara, next tomorrow week. Well, what? People should wake up. They are not doing this thing for them. They are not doing this thing for their own interest. They are doing it for their personal ego. What they are going to gain.
Their self-interest.
Yeah, that is the point. If they channel this energy they are using today in governance, in building River State, I tell you, Rivers will be like London today. But no, they are just doing this thing, distracting all the whole attention, driving the investors away from River State. How many companies remain there now? Apart from those that have a concrete agreement with the government, how many remains? You are killing the economy of the place. You are killing the place, and you are not even after. You don't even care. So I think it's time for people to even take this thing from by themselves. We don't wait for two individuals to be destroying the whole state. Why they have a bigger father that can tell them this thing stops now and it will stop?
Yes. Don't you think? I don't know. I think Mr. Nyesom Wike, I think he has one personal agenda I don't understand. He claims to be in PDP. He's working for the APC. Some governors, I think there are some governors that are still remaining, still trying to make the ship be afloat, the waters. I don't know. Do you think he's at the end of the day going to defect to the APC?
Well, to me, if you look at things, the few weeks or let me say a month ago, the governor of Oyo State had a press chat, and he gave us some insights, hints of what happened. People are castigating him today. People are saying, why did it? He have to. The thing have gone beyond what somebody can just compromise and keep quiet. This man was asked to hold, he agreed on his own, not even asked, to hold PDP down for APC. Like you were saying before that you don't know whether it's in the APC. So that man is doing the job he was assigned. That was the reason he was given that minister of FCT. Not because of anything, just to empower him a little so that he can be able to do that thing he was asked to do. And that is what he's doing. His job is to make sure that every governor of PDP defected to one party or the other. And where are they going to? APC. So if you look at it, it's obvious we know what is happening. Just that we don't want to talk. He's there to do the job he was paid to do. That is what he's doing. Otherwise, why is he even concerned about the people living in the party he said he single-handedly hold? He's not concerned. Have you even seen him saying that? But each time anybody defected, you see him on the screen dancing. So, we're not babies now.
Mr. Bright, now, what do you feel are the legal implications and political implications of these proceedings, especially in the context of the alleged charges against Governor Fubara and the deputy. That is talking about gross misconduct, alleged gross misconduct. That is what I believe, because I know there are underlying factors. Gross misconduct was just used as an excuse to me.
I think, first of all, we may need to even look at some of the allegations against the governor. And one of them is that the governor fails to present the 2026 budget. When the governor went to inspect the House of Assembly complex that was destroyed the last time, and as at that time it was 95% completed, and he told them that he would like to do the presentation of 2026 budget in the State House of Assembly. That was what he told them. Shortly after that inspection, this same house went for recess to open or to resume on the 26th of January. This is just 13th. So they still have another 13 days to go. This is just 13th. So tell me, how do you now accuse that same governor? It's not as if the House is on session, that that has a gross misconduct. So when you begin to look at the allegation, you know that there's a political undertone. That you're not accusing that he's spending extra, is it how do you call it, strategiciously, or be spending out of the budget. Mind you, the 2025 budget was presented by the sole administrator to the National Assembly. So where do you now factor all this into it? So it now shows that the accusation is just born out of some political mischief, and they don't even know the clear direction. If you now look at the legal part, there is a tendency, and Rivers State has actually given Nigeria a leadway in that area, where you see court judgment just coming and counter court judgment. It's just that of recent, we've not really seen. I've been expecting to hear court pronunciation stopping a court judgment coming up to stop the proceeding. But when you look at it from that angle, we should be expecting, or maybe they are trying to give in for internal political interference, which is already ongoing. We'll be hearing cases of the NSA, the Dave Umahi, and some other top APC people intervening into the matter. But it is a funny scenario that is supposed or should have been PDP leader influencing an APC House of Assembly to impeach an APC governor, which I feel the APC as a party will never want to be a party to such. But when you go back to the allegations, there is a tendency that should they even take it to court, those allegations may not hold waters.
Yes, sir. On the particular step, do you think this impeachment proceeding, do they have a legitimate grounds based on these accusations of gross misconduct, extra budgetary spending? Yes, like you earlier said. Yes, extra budgetary spending and failure to present a 2026 budget.
Well, if there's no political undertone on it, it will not fly. Reason is, they said about demolishing the House of Assembly complex. It's a criminal case which is still in court. The investigation is still going on. They've not even given a judgment on that. So why do you want to rush and impeach somebody on a case that is still in court? This man you're talking of did not present the 2025 budget. The sole administrator did. He made some spendings out of it. He now came in and continued from where he stopped. So what are you holding him for? Just because they know they have some people telling them what to do, disturbing the state. This is just a disturbance to me. Because the whole thing you are holding on, you might be right, but the way you are presenting is wrong. That house demolition was still in court. They are still investigating it. Nothing has come out of the investigation. And you are rushing to do that. Maybe because the speaker believes if you impeach these two guys, he will become the governor or telling whatever. Never know that maybe his own thing is still waiting for him. So there is some kind of personal interest in whatever they are doing in university today, from every of them. There's some. If you look at this speaker, he has his own interest. In his mind now, he believes when these guys are stepped down, he will become the number one. Then coming from wicked angle, he doesn't want to be irrelevant. He knows his time is up. Instead of him retiring, he wanted to still do the same thing, sorry to say, what Fayose did in Ekiti, handing over PDP, a ruling party, to APC before he retires. Because he's as good as he's retired now. Or he's a member of APC too. Though he was telling us he cannot defend. But it's as good, it's better you even do it. Let us know that you're not with us. You're not with the party, than you don't do it. I'm taking information from PDP to APC. Because now if they call a meeting of a PDP, he will be there. He will gather the information and he will discuss it to whoever he wants to. Maybe that is exactly the same route Wike is going today. He wants to make sure that he hand over this whole state to APC. That is what I saw from that angle. So to me, I think they should be able to calm down. And I believe their godfather should be able to bring them down. Let them stop disturbing the masses.
But the godfather is not really talking. We don't know. I believe he's waiting till when things wants to, really fall apart, that will just act.
He himself will be planning to. You ask a boy, your son, to go to somewhere and beat somebody. Calling him back might be late when he has started it. So now I know he has the power. He can still order them now to stop all these things. And like you people normally call him a strategist. He might be planning another thing, which we don't know. So to me, I think he has for now, if he has the interest of the people of River State in mind, stop this thing. Tell Wike to stop. You employed Wike. He's doing this thing because he has a federal power behind him. If not, what will he be doing now? By now, he's supposed to be in the village, maybe paying maybe answering to some EFCC guys or something. Because of that federal power, being the FCT minister, nobody will touch him.
Yes.
So to me, I think you should be able to tell your employee that this thing you are doing, I don't like it, stop it for now. Fubara has come over to you again. At least we know why he went there. He needed a shed. So that's the reason why he went there. You should be able to give him what he wanted. There's a lot of meeting before him defecting. Though some of them may I believe, may happen behind Wike. Maybe he's not aware. Maybe he's aware. But they should be able to let peace reign.
Well, yes, Mr. Brett, at the end of the day, do you believe or do you think Wike can fall out against them, the Lion of Budelon, that is President Tinubu? Mm-hmm.
It's possible because all the hands, or most of the hands that fed Wike, he has beaten almost all of them. The likes of Patience Jonathan, he has insulted former President Goodluck Jonathan. He has called them names. He has called Amechi, who was his former direct boss. Several times he has insulted him. And when you look at a man like that, classifying another person as ingrate, it's more or less like the seed he sow is reaping it. Because if for any other reason, he was the chief of staff to Amechi. Amechi took him up, brought him into politics, or at least to an extent, gave him some good platform. So one should have expected that the gratitude Fayose was talking about, that at least you should show some level of gratitude, as if it is the political leaders you show gratitude to, not the electorate who elected you into governance, that you should show gratitude to, that that should be the scope of the whole thing. With all this put in place, I foresee a possibility that he can even insult the president. Let's give him a test, a trial. Let the president insist that the Fubara should remain and Wike should go, and listen to the next line of interviews and statement that will come out of him. is going to fire back at the president. It's somebody who talks. And I'm sorry to say, I'm from the Niger Delta, and there's a little like a classification that the people are closer to the bottles. Let me use that word to classify that they are closer to the bottles. And Wiki have displayed that. And somebody under such influence can easily say a lot of things uncontrollable. And by the time they give thoughts, they give afterthoughts to when they finish speaking. So Wike is somebody we've seen that he talks a lot and is a friend to the camera. He should be the only or one of the first set of ministers that grants press interview, monthly media chat.
Yes.
And if you look at the media chat, you see it as like 70% political issues and 30% scorecards of his administration in the FCT. Now, when the governor defected to the APC, he saw a threat to his alignment with the president. Because number one, where you are dining, the governor is going to that same place to dine. So what was the next attempt? Is to call up this local government thank you tour, just to prove to the president, look, I still have the people, I still have them with me. Because one of the things Fubara was told, that you have this organic support. Turn that organic support to the president. And if you look at the game Mr. President is playing, he has two choices, the governor and the minister. And he may not want to trade both of them off. He may want to still maintain both of them as an option. If at the end of the day, both of them delivers, good. And after the delivery, they can go and settle things on their own. But so you don't want to trade off those two choices he's having. So maybe that's why he felt, okay, let me invite both of them to meet him wherever he is, whether France or Dubai, and look for an easy way to settle the issue. And what is the settlement? You forget the impeachment, because that was part of the agreement.
Yes.
No impeachment on the governor. But people are saying Fubara broke that agreement. But we've forgotten that agreement was done while he was in PDP. Although, so he's still moving to APC2 is against the agreement. But something must have prompted that agreement. And the way Wiki have been threatening people that if you involve, that nobody has say in Rivers politics. I think Mr. President should understand the meaning of nobody. Nobody simply means nobody, including the president. So indirectly, has told the president that you don't have a say in Rivers politics. I am the alpha, he is the alpha and omega of river politics. So whatever he is saying should be final. And even if you look at those agreements that the governor had, you discover that 99% of the agreement was in Wike's favor. Not even the governor's favor. So in fact, when the governor came back, I expected more of a remote governor. But he doesn't want to be a remote governor. So why should he accept such agreement? Would have just resigned at that given time. But coming back means the governor also had some hidden agenda or some other plans. And little by little, the plans are unveiling. And Wike have foreseen danger. Should Fubara take a second term in office, Wike's political structure, because when you talk of political structure, there's no PDP in Rivers State. Let me use that classification. The House of Assembly member have moved to the APC. His son that is trying to that is going through this artisan politics, learning from the father, moving around with him. Rumors are speculating he wants to go for rep. And going for rep, the figures we are seeing, the party we are seeing in projection is the APC. So even they themselves don't want to front the PDP in Rivers because they know it's a party they have destroyed and they cannot fly that flag. And since you've destroyed that party and you don't want the governor to move, that means you want to also destroy the governor and his political career in that party. So it's more or less like a political kidnap he has given to the governor. But the governor wants to breathe, and that is why he moved out. So Wike can, from what we've seen so far, he can abuse anybody because he feels he has the power. But that power is simply because he's still the minister of the FCT.
Well, Honorable Tallest, Innocent, the River State Assembly, yes, well, like we have been saying, they have been under pressure. I believe they have been under pressure Yes, from various quarters, including the All Progressives Congress, that is the APC members. How do you see the intervention of national politics, influencing the supposed impeachment process? Can the APC successfully sway the Assembly's actions?
Well, to me, I don't think the Rivers House of Assembly are under any pressure. They're just they're just fighting for their own personal interest. Nobody who is pressurizing them. Have they bring any development in the state and the governor says no? No idea. Since they are there, what have they done for the state? So I don't think they're under any pressure. They just wanted what they wanted for themselves. There's difference between pressure and interest. I'm under pressure because you give me this task to do and accepted to do it. That is what they're facing. The task was given to them by an individual to carry out. Not the state tax, not the state development tax, nothing. Just a personal thing. And if you remember very well, Mr. Wike have said a long time ago that he want to teach Fubara a lesson. I don't know if they understand that English. Yes. He want to teach me a lesson at the expense of the people. This is one person you are dealing with now, and that person is the person representing the whole state, which means whatever you do to Fubara will affect the whole state. So those people saying they are not under any pressure. They are just there looking for their own personal interest, not for the state. You want to impeach a man that has not done anything to you because he feels he disagreed with some chronic things you people planned, or maybe it's not even they are not even the targets at the first place. This issue was Wike and Fubara, and most of them in that house they cannot even say what is the real agreement Wike has with Fubara. I know and I believe that most of them don't even know what is the cause of these things. They're just there acting because they were asked to act. And like he said to them, he sponsored them. He paid their form fee. He did everything for them. He put them there. So, and they will understand that if the parliamentary they go against him, he might still come for them. So that you will say they are under fear, not under threat. Nobody is threatening them. There's no pressure on them. They're just trying to. They are just trying to
maybe please
their boss. That is what they are doing. Ask one of them what is the problem between Wike or the agreement between Wike and even the last agreement with Wike, President and Fubara. They don't know. They've given the task, go just make sure you impeach him. They don't care how the impeachment will come. Even that is the reason why they are making some mistakes, going where they're not supposed to go for. Because originally, if they want to do the impeachment, they could have make sure that the investigation and the court case come to an end. They should facilitate that to move faster. Then get the judgment. You cannot take act on top of the judgment. But now they don't even wait. You're just exposing where you're supposed to attack somebody from, and you expect that person to keep quiet and watch you. Why did they defer to APC? If their boss is not working for APC, because you said before, maybe he's just working for president. He's not working. He's working for APC. That's the reason why he allowed those guys. He cannot tell us that he did not know that those house members want to defect. He knew. They asked them to do that. But when Fubara got the hint, you have to move faster than them. Because if had they been, he did not defect, he still remain in PDP today, the case might not be what we are discussing today.
Is this about power and control?
That is what is happening in River State. Who wants to be at the head of your affair? Wike wants, like the analyst rightly said, he wants to be using that remote. Wherever, just press the remote, Fubara will do exactly what he asks. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. This is 21st century. Gone are the days where you say there one Baba or one Kiniko. No. Now is you bring your own idea. Let me bring mine. We sit down and look at the ideas. Whichever way we go. Two of us will go that way. Not you telling me, even when you know I can handle this, you're not telling me to do this the other way. Anything goes wrong in River State today, they will hold Fubara responsible. And if he did not mention those money in the purse, later it may be late for him to say. Because they might deny it. They might say, no, it's not what you met there. So the gentleman is just trying to be very careful, knowing fully well that the person he's dealing with is somebody that is very, very smart. That can turn anytime. We can tell you good morning in the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, he will tell you he did not see you at all. And he will give instances, the reason people will believe he did not see you. That's the kind of person he is. He knows what to tell you anytime you ask him question. So the guy is just trying to be very careful. Telling people, this is what I met there. This is what I met there. So that whenever he comes up, he will be able to refer back to what he mentioned. Why will you tell a governor that just came back from suspension not to mention what he met at the post?
Yes.
Why will you do that? It's uncalled for. And you now did, you're angry. He came in the other time, he told us that, he told the world what River State is generating every month. You're angry. Why will it be so? You can't be in power forever. It's a transient thing. Power is a transient thing. He will leave you one day. Even if you force yourself to be there, he will leave you one day.
You can't be at the FCT.
You can't. It's not possible.
In River State.
It's not possible. You can only align with this guy. Okay, Fubara, I wanted this, so how can we do it? It will be a gentleman agreement. Not telling, even though you build him, even your son you give birth to today, one day wake up and tell Dad, I know this thing. You want to send him a message, say, Daddy, I know how to do it, I will do it, don't worry. Telling you that he has grown. And this guy is somebody I've worked for you for years. I think he knows you, but just that Fubara somehow was also making his own mistakes. Because if I were him, I should be able to know how to manage Wiki. I should be able to. Yes. Working with him for all these years, you should be able to know the kind of person you want to work with, the way he behaves, and what to do and what not to do. But he's still falling to the same trap. So that is what nobody is pressurizing them. They are on their own, for their own personal interest.
Yes, Mr. Bright, do you think any truce can be, reached in this political landscape?
I foresee more fights unless whatever agreement they will end up reaching is just temporary, the way we had the former one. Yes. Because before this impeachment came on board, Wike went to two major traditional rulers in River State, Dokubo and one other traditional ruler, warning them to stay off, which means Wike knows what he wants to do. And he knows the impact and the influence of those rulers. That was why he went there for saying, look at the statement, we are about to start playing politics. So please, stay glued to your throne, to your tradition, and leave us to play our politics. So which means he knows what he wants to do. And Wike is somebody, if he doesn't get what he wants, he will never rest. Like what someone said this morning on one of the platforms, he said the best way to solve this problem is either take power from both of them or take power from one of them. So who do you take power from? Should Fubara go or should Wike go? So it's either you remove power from both of them or take power from one of them. So who is ready to sacrifice power? That's the only permanent solution to the problem. And that was why when the issue came on board, there was technically a protest that the president should sack the minister. And Wike came up to brag again that if there is anything that if the president feels he wants to sack him or whatever, that he should go ahead. Because the man, to an extent, we don't know the kind of agreement he had or he has had with the president in time past. We don't know what is binding them together. And I could remember the president said something some time ago, which also gave credit to some of the allegations or some of the rumors. And the president told him that, look, you are in PDP, but you will work for the APC. Do more of PDP and do more of APC and less of PDP, or less we will sack you. It was a statement the president said to him. So that's why most of his activities are toward, because I see no reason why. This is not the first time the minister is doing a local government thank you tour. The first time before the suspension, he did the same thing, and also wanted to even cross to other states when he began to gather lovers and friends of Wike And the next moment was in Bayelsa, that the Bayelsa state government had to resist it. I don't know how they settled that issue, because he's trying to plant one. He's using this tool of intimidation, using this tool of aggression and also abuse. And when you use intimidation on your opponent, if your opponent is not sure of what he's doing, he may lose balance. All the 16 days, is it 16 days he did the thank you tour in Rivers State? Incidentally and interestingly, the state government was quiet. Nobody opposed him. Nobody challenged him. The venue was not disrupted. We never had issues of police going to seal off the venues. But if Wike was to be the governor, would they have allowed such to happen? The possibility is almost, even when during the election, Atiku was prevented from going to do campaign in Rivers State. So these are things, it shows how authoritative Wike can actually be. And for there to be peace, what I mean peace, not hypocritical peace, because the first peace that was signed, the first peace deal was one-sided. Everything in that deal was in favor of Wike. So are they still going to go by that same peace agreement this time around, that everything is going to be in Wike's favor for him to accept? The first one, he accepted it because they were all in his favor. And the governor had no choice but to just adapt.
He had to be a good boy.
A good boy and a remote governor. So for this time around, will the governor still allow the second peace agreement to be in Wike's favor? Or will Wike allow it to be a 50-50 thing? And part of it going to be a 50-50 thing is, will the governor be allowed to come for a second term? Because from all indication, the governor is having an eye in returning back.
Yes. Honorable, just about 1 minute or two, how do you feel about this settlement issue?
Well, I would only want to advise Fubara to stop arguing with a man that has all the whole day for argument. He should focus on helping the people that voted him in. River State people voted him in. An individual appointed Wike as minister. So the difference is different. The two is different. Yeah. Yes, so he should focus on the people that elected him and leave all those fights for whoever that want to fight. If better still, he can say come to your state, learn one or two things. The way it's running here. When the governor came in, some people were like, you don't continue from where your predecessor started. And he said, no. Whatever thing he stopped at, we should continue from there. Knowing for that this is for the people, not for him.
Talking about continuity.
Yes, yeah. Not him. It's never a Jumobi project. It was a Oyo State project. So he started from wherever he stopped. With the new ones he did. That is how government is supposed to be. You don't just stay one place, put order, expecting the sitting governor to obey you in 100%. It doesn't work that way. No matter that thing has been there. Being a governor alone is another thing to adding to somebody's life. At times it intoxicates some people. So you should expect him to behave the way Wike behaved in his first term against his own predecessor. So I think he should just focus on his governance and leave Wike alone.
Yes, I want to thank you very much, Honorable Toles Innocent. Yes, he's a political analyst and Brett Richard, public affairs analyst. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, we've been talking about the Rivers Unending political brouhaha. Yes, that is the matter that is arising now. And, well, I believe it will go down, but, well, I believe it will be resolved. Yes, next week we'll come your way again with another edition of Matters Arising on BCOS Television, Ilya Kede, Olutabashon, right here in the city of Ibadan. I want to thank my producer, Yemi Alao, assistant producer, Mutiu Ogunwale, supervising producer, Bumi Oyedemi, and of course, my executive producer, Dotun Olaiton. My name remains Bimbo Akombi. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
alhamdulillah oṣù alápọ̀nlé ti tún wọlé dé wẹ́rẹ́ o oṣù ẹ̀yọ́nú oṣù yẹ́ṣẹ̀ tọ́ba aláàjù àṣà ìtọ́n sínú ìgbèkùn oṣù Ramadan. Iléeṣẹ́ rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ BCOS ilé akéde oríta Basọ̀run fi ń kéde wípé àsìkò ti tó fúnṣẹ́ àṣegbọrẹ o èyí tọ́ba aláǹjúwe fún wa nílò Al-Qur'an pé a lè fi làlàyé ń bí àti lọ́la àlùkìyámà torí náà ẹ wá ṣonígbọ̀wé ètò àwẹ̀ níléeṣẹ́ wa BCOS lówó tí ògùn pa tí ó sì gajara lọ ọba aláò sì ní dùn wá ní ládàá ẹ̀ bó ṣe rún pípé àlẹ́ àdán bó ṣe tafsir wáàzí tó túbà jímọ̀ nú àwẹ̀ tàrọ́wì irun hid àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lẹ fẹ́ ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ kódà bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ kí wọ́n máa gbọ́ lórí rédíò àbí kí wọ́n máa wò ó lórí tẹlifíṣàn live and direct bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ BCOS lè máa bọ̀ ẹ̀yẹn ṣáà ti wá sí ẹ̀ka yàwòrán film unit wa nílé akéde ń bí tàbí kẹ́pẹ́ alága àgbìmọ̀ Ramadan tọdún 2026 Alhaji Ibrahim Adeoye ọmọ adá mọ́mọ́ sórí 07069636433 ìbádà wa nínú oṣù Ramadan ọba aláò ní dàlú aláyà á sì jèrè láyé ń bí àti lọ́la àlùkìyámà inshallah bikuratila ìgbìmọ̀ oṣù Ramadan tọdún 2026 lábẹ́ àṣẹ iléeṣẹ́ BCOS oríta Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn ló ń ṣe shukron jazilan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń bọ̀ wá ṣonígbọ̀wé ètò.
Welcome to another episode of Converse in an Apron. I am your host, Roseanne.
I'm Faye.
And I'm Fumilayo.
So today I'm fixing up the ingredients for this dish. So I have my protein here and stockfish.
3 different kinds of breakfast today, 3 in 1. So me, I'm going to be making my favorite go-to breakfast that I can eat every day.
That's the last thing.
Okra pepper soup is ready.
Chef for me! Give them!
Oilless.
It's not so spicy for me. Coconut milk moi moi. Well, today we are going to find out how we make that. I don't understand why I struggle with this moi moi wrap. I have found somebody
Who likes
more than
fully. Wow.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa.
Join Oyo State Government in its determined efforts to promote agricultural revolution. Support the government to guarantee food sufficiency, job creation, improved revenue generation, economic diversification, and industrial growth through the agricultural value chain. Let's go back to the land, cultivate the land, plant food crops, fruits and vegetables, engage in livestock farming, embrace the agricultural value chain through agro-business practices. Let's help ourselves to guarantee food security, arrest inflation, and reduce cost of living. Together, it is possible. Powered by BCOS.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé